Yeah, I'm doing good on keeping my videos shorter so they'll actually get uploaded. June 6th, 2024. And where was I at? I had something in mind. I mean, there's so much. It doesn't really matter. I was talking more about Green Terra Myrrh now, and the promise that Green Terra Myrrh may hold for all of us. Um, Scale of economy and shared resources. So by by not being greedy in what we need to be paid up front, um, and understanding if we're going to get people that still have to have a job, that is, they've got to pay rent and buy food and all this stuff each month. We're going to have to come up with some way of paying at least enough to cover that kind of stuff. But unless you really need it, I mean, this is 21st century paradigm, folks. Let go of the 20th century paradigms. You don't want to be a wage slave trusting some kind of a company that you're going to be able to squirrel away enough and that the money will be worth anything by the time you retire, that you've squirreled away enough that it'll last you until you die. Isn't that what it's all about? Isn't that what the 20th century American dream is? And I call bullshit. That's stupid. It's really stupid. It's especially stupid as a society. Because, yeah, some might do okay, some might do really well. But, then we have some very shameful, unacceptable things within our society, too. Like homelessness comes to mind, lack of support for disabled and special needs. Uh, um, Helping people ease into their death. These are some major areas that a society should be covering, right? And so we're interested in covering it. So yeah, I don't know. People first. It may not be a problem because I probably won't even let certain people in if they can't understand this vision and buy in on it. And therefore, a lot of these problems that typical 20th century HR departments would have to deal with and stuff really aren't an issue, or shouldn't be an issue. Um, we don't want contentious people, whatever that means. So I have certainty that if we can pull this off, again, this company will provide the only home you'll ever need for the rest of your life. Trademark. Or want. Therein lies the rub, I suppose. A lot of effort will be put into, well, for one thing, DAOs, not only are you the worker and the owner, and with Marmot, we used to have like monthly meetings where everybody, or as much as we could, get together and decide things. Unfortunately, they were going for unanimous vote, which is a bad way to go. There's a lot of pitfalls for unanimous votes. We want to go quorum, and a quorum, it's arbitrary until the bylaws declare it, whether that's 70%, 80%, 90%, 99%, 3%, it don't matter. Quorum can be whatever you want it to be. I usually think in terms of like 70. If 70% vote for it, there needs to be a sense of cooperation that the remaining 30%, maybe they're dissenting for personal reasons, but they really don't care, or they just want it noted that that they dissent. Um, but they're willing to cooperate. 70% say this is what we want to do. 30% say, yeah, I'm on board. I'm on the team. I'm not going to be a faction that tries to force our way into it. But with DAOs, that's the Web3 way. We can very quickly and easily implement voting such that just about anything and everything could be voted on. You know, say, okay, within the next 3 days, vote on who should be project manager for this project. At the end of 3 days, we'll tally up whoever voted and figure it out. If you care, get on a kiosk and vote. Right? How incredibly powerful. Again, I just stuff is so incredibly powerful. There's like no friggin' way we couldn't dominate. I hate the word control, but control. Okay, I'll say exploit any market or niche we want. Okay. Ah, the internship program. I was talking about trust and authority. And one of the ways I'm hoping to get workers is by offering like internship, apprenticeship, and then I call them pro. Pro level would be the basic work. At pro level, we could hire out like as consultants or services or whatever our workers. Um, yeah, just about any master, I'll say. And then after pro, you would have master and then grandmaster. Should be a lot rarer. But well, a project manager would at least be a pro, if not a master. But then within their team, likely they have like two or three apprentice, and the apprentice would probably be in charge of the interns. Because I'm pretty sure I can teach almost anyone this stuff. And in fact, I think it would be better if they come in as a blank slate. Um, so they can just learn and teach what really is going to be needed and is needed now. Um, but the point is, I think within 6 months of on the job experience, I think we can issue a certificate of achievement that, with trust and authority, will be valued out there in the job market. I mean, that we'll really know we've arrived on that if somebody says, "Well, I decided that Green Terra Mer wasn't a good fit for me. I appreciate the internship of learning how to be a, say, webmaster is one of the internships I could do. But I don't think I'm going to keep working for Green Terra." And say, okay, fine. Here's your certificate of achievement. You get in the job market, and what would really be cool, we know we have arrived. If headhunters and stuff, if HR departments, they see that you have a Green Terra Mer certificate of achievement in webmastering, you'll get the job, and maybe headhunters will even seek us out. Maybe we'll partner with headhunters that'll say, your workers are so highly valued that let us know if any are available. Let me get first crack at them. Right? It could happen. Um, but then we'll know we've arrived. And there's a lot of in-betweeners there. Again, we get our teams to the point of doing consulting projects. And now the value of consulting projects. I mean, We eat our own dog food first. We want to use things internally. We want to leverage things as an entrepreneurial innovation for ourselves. But if we achieve that, there's plenty of opportunity. I have no doubt there would be clients that would want to do projects with us, especially if we become proficient with smart contracts. Next 2 or 3 years, that's going to be better than gold. Say like you can do a smart contract project for us. Oh yeah, how much is it going to cost? 10,000, 20,000, 200,000. You know, um, these things happen, and we could feel. Now, what I was trying to get at though is why would we do that if we can put our teams to work internally? Well, because of the experience, because everything's a lesson. We can learn from every experience. And by doing projects for other organizations, what happens is you get into different problem domains and you learn things that you don't even know you don't know, you know. Oh, the Department of Redundancy gave me 1,000 points for that one. Um, So this is the kind of way, and testimonials, and what am I looking for? References, reference projects, I suppose. When it gets down to the point of saying, "Oh, well, you," because the thing is a customer, a client doesn't want to let you do the work until you've proven you can do the work already. So it's a catch-22. And that's how something like an internship or going to college can break you out of that conundrum, that paradox, that barrier. Conversely, with some of these hot skills, if you've got some interest and background in it, you're hired. And I've seen this happen time and time again. Here's an example case study. Well, no, I gotta bounce. I gotta take a break. Oh, jeez, there's just so much. But what story, the upshot of the story I was going to tell is when innovations come in, there's high demand and lack of supply of workers to do it. And the case study, by the way, that I'm thinking of is a guy I met that was a commercial airline pilot, right? And he's saying how when he got into it, the demand was high. Just about anybody could become a pilot, but now it's saturated, and people will be co-pilots for years with no hope of becoming a pilot. So there, I covered it. The rest is just details. So that happens time and time again, and it's going to happen with the smart contract development stuff. It's going to become very high value, very desired, and there's going to be almost nobody to do the work. So if you can do the work, you can name your own price practically, and you'll get it. But what I was saying is, as exhibits or testimonials or whatever references, you want to have a portfolio that you can point potential clients to and say, yeah, go look at this, go look at that, go look at this. We did that, we did that, we did that. And now, one of the really powerful things is, in my experience in doing analysis of such vendors, just having something there alone will go a long ways. Because in my experience, a lot of times you try to verify them, you try to vet them, and what you find out is there's the link probably isn't alive, or whatever you go to isn't really anything like what they're telling you to go look to see prove that they can do it for you. That's grifting, right? A lot of grifting going on. And as I say about getting certified and stuff, you'd better pay attention. That certificate had better uh, represent your ability to do the work and your expertise, because the whole purpose of it is to get the work. That people will hire you to do the work, and so ideally, very soon, you're going to have to do the work, and you're going to be incompetent, and it's going to be obvious fairly quickly if uh if you can't do the work. So, oh sure, there's Yeah, I'm thinking of Piers Anthony and how he became a professional sci-fi author, but yeah, there's a lot of lessons learned. Anyhow.